EP38. I hope you guys had a wonderful week in the world of StarCraft, watching good matches, enjoying awesome micro, and just, being part of the community. Today I'm joined with... Oh, I messed up the webcams, god damn it. I'm joined with
God damn it.
Nathanias and Kane. Nathanias, how has been your week?
Been a good week, I guess. It's been a week among weeks. I've been playing StarCraft,
Yeah?
streaming,
You're
playing some
enjoying
CS.
you're enjoying playing more StarCraft?
Yeah, it feels good to actually be able to practice all the time. I missed streaming. That's the one thing that sucked about being in Sweden. I was always surrounded by people. I'm the kind of guy that needs personal space to just practice for myself and not be bothered by people.
Mm-hmm. How was casting WCS?
I mean, it's just Challenger. It's casting, I guess. PC decided to just randomly die in one of the games,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I got a couple Reddit threads made about me, which was really nice.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it was pretty fun.
As soon as I told Huck I was going to invite you, he canceled on me. He doesn't want to speak to you ever again.
I was just talking to him yesterday. What the fuck?
Just kidding.
Asshole.
Huck is DreamHack next week, so he's going to be on eventually, guys. Don't worry about him. What about you, Kane? What have you been up to lately?
I played my Challenger match on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that went really well. I won. So now I'm back in Premier League. So last week was getting ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I actually just found a cat's lookalike. So maybe I'll post that in chat or something like that. But
A cat's lookalike? Like the
yeah, like
root
root cats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'll post that to you, and you can...
Jesus.
It looks exactly like him. But yeah, I've been keeping busy this week. Friends went out one of the nights, just taking it easy, kind of. Once I find out my Premier group, I'll start practicing again for that. But until then, I'm just kind of taking it easy, watching the rest of WCS.
Mm-hmm. Cool. As for myself, I haven't been streaming a whole lot. I've been working out a lot. But yeah, that's basically it. Just happy to be here doing Remax. Had a little bit of scheduling issues earlier on Tuesday because fucking everyone had to prepare for WCS. And then those that weren't preparing were casting it. And so, but we're back and we're here today to talk about a lot of subjects. I thought it was going to be a short show. If we did it on Tuesday, probably would have been a short show. But now we have a lot of topics. So let's get right into it. We're gonna be calling Lalush to talk about. I switched things around, guys. To be talking about the economy model. Now I know Nathanias has spoke a lot about the economy model everywhere he goes, every talk show he goes on. So we're not gonna circle jerk and go on about it. But Lalush is one of the smartest guy when it comes to that stuff. So we're just gonna drag him in and let him speak out his mind other than a Reddit post, and we're gonna see what he has to say. So let me drag him in. Hey, what's up? All right, let's see. It's gonna fuck up the webcams, but what doesn't Remax call it? Oh no, nice. Okay, we got it. So I don't know if he was waiting by the stream. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Nice.
So we wanted to hear your thoughts because I know what happened is someone made a post about the double harvesting economy, and I saw Lalush reply. I don't exactly remember what he replied right now, but it made a lot of sense, and I think you disagreed with double harvesting in general. So maybe you can explain us your thoughts on the whole subject.
Is the show live?
Yes, we're live right now.
Okay. Well, I don't disagree with double harvesting. I don't disagree with the system itself.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I just don't think it's going to work well within StarCraft 2 the way that StarCraft 2 is designed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the macro mechanics, the pace at which the economy grows, pace at which you add workers in StarCraft 2, it doesn't leave enough time to reap the benefits of being one or two bases or three bases ahead. You have to actually be ahead for a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes. The longer time you're ahead in bases, the more of a surplus bank you're going to be able to build up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the problem in trying to apply brute war economy or double harvesting economy on StarCraft 2 is you don't have enough time before the turtling player maxes out.
Okay, so basically, but so you don't disagree with it, you just don't believe in it. You don't think it'll be successful.
I don't think it will be as successful as people expect. I think in order for it to be successful, you need to actually slow down the economic growth in StarCraft 2. It won't be successful if you don't slow down how fast you can build workers, how fast you max out, how fast like you saturate bases and all that stuff.
So basically, Legacy of the Void, by giving 12 workers, is doubling the speed of the early game, and now with this double harvesting, it brings it back down a little. But in general, you think StarCraft 2 goes too fast for the economy to go back to how Brood War used to be?
Well, I mean, the original reason that macro mechanics were added into StarCraft 2 was to add some meaningful attention sinks to the macro side of StarCraft, to add meaningful strategical clicks. Like TL mods and writers were actually the ones who reviewed StarCraft 2 Alpha in like 2007, before macro mechanics were even in the game. And they, like people like Manifesto 7, Kennegat, they weren't good Brood War players, but they all said like the game is too easy, the macro side is trivial. We're really bad players in Brood War, but we don't have any trouble maxing out. It just feels so easy. And as a response to that, basically, Blizzard introduced these macro mechanics, and they experimented with like macro mechanics for gas geysers. The reason we have 2 gas geysers in StarCraft 2 is because they tried to introduce some macro mechanics tied to the gas geysers, which they abandoned later.
I see.
And I just don't think macro mechanics maintain their mechanical relevance in StarCraft 2 in the late game. Like,
Yeah,
they just don't.
Yeah, that's true. Queens are not as used for transfuse and so on. Let's say tomorrow, like fucking David Kim gets kidnapped by aliens, and you're the one who's chosen to replace him at Blizzard. What would you do to make Legacy of the Void the game everyone wants it to be?
Like, I don't think it's meaningful for me to give advice, because I'd move the game in the opposite direction. Where Blizzard are currently heading. They seem to have this idea that like the game should be faster, and the fun parts of StarCraft are like when you get to the big armies, the big economies. That's when you really you get to the meat of StarCraft. I don't think that's true. I think like if you design the game in a way where you like push the economic growth, where you like push the speed, the early game speed, you get to a point in the mid game where the people just, in practice, the economy just shrinks. That's what happens in Heart of the Swarm. People just stop making workers, they stop expanding as quickly because they have 2 big armies, and it's too risky to expand, basically.
But
And,
yeah. So what other direction you would take the game in?
I decrease larva inject to 1 to yield 1 or 2 larvas per inject.
Oh wow. Okay.
Chrono boost, make it weaker, or maybe just make it weaker when you apply it on the Nexus, just on the Nexus. And
What about the
I'd add a
moves?
separate macro mechanic for Terran altogether. Like, you'd have to, I don't know, some separate macro mechanic.
So going forward, do you think the Legacy of the Void system is gonna work? Is gonna help?
It's probably going to help in the way that it will combat turtling. So in that way, it's going to help. But the reason many people don't enjoy StarCraft 2 or like StarCraft 2 out of the like old old school Brood War players, old school RTS community. Like it divides the communities partly, is because I think they don't think the macro side of StarCraft 2 is particularly complex. It's just too easy. And Legacy of the Void won't add any mechanical relevance to macro mechanics. They won't add any like mechanical difficulties of keeping up with your macro, with keeping up with your keeping your minerals low, your gas low.
But does it come down to also maxing out to 200 too quickly? Which the Legacy of the Void model right now helps with that. So maybe there's hope, right?
I guess, but I still think like you saturate your bases really quickly, and that's a problem in itself, because when you saturate a base, you don't have to make any tough decisions on whether you're gonna continue like investing in drones. Like, are you gonna make drones for your larva? Or are you gonna make army for your larva? When you finish saturating a base, basically all you need to make, all the decision you need to make is like, I'm going to build army for all my stuff all the time, for all my cash. And I'm going to expand when I can, when I feel like I'm safe. And I don't think people will expand at the rate that their bases mine out. So it will just end up being like your economy will shrink after like 10 minutes. That's what will happen in practice, I think.
Nathanias, do you have any questions for Lalush?
I mean, most of you say makes sense. The biggest thing that I dislike and that I agree with you on is most of the models, like it's still really easy to max out on. Like, and I guess to other things people have mentioned is especially when you look at like Zerg, for example, with like the larva that you get off of it with less resources per base, there's also less you're also like a race that generally builds less infrastructure, so you get away with the less resources more easily. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't study the numbers on this sort of thing well enough. I didn't play Brood War, so I don't really have much of a point of reference to compare it to anything else.
What about you, Kane?
No questions really. To be honest, I haven't been following the whole double harvester thing, and I haven't played any games on the map, so I can't really comment on it too much.
I guess a few parting words. Lalush, my last question for you. Do you think it's good for Team Liquid to be challenging David Kim and the developers about the harvesting model? You think it's like important that we make sure like the best choice is made right now instead of giving them time and just letting them do their thing? Like, do you like what they've done or?
Well, I think it's important that they challenge Blizzard, but I don't think it's gonna lead to anything because Blizzard are heading in a completely different direction. And for Team Liquid's model to work, I think they need to head in the opposite direction of where Blizzard want the game to go. Like they need to slow down the game instead of making the game faster. So I don't feel like any compromise that would come out of this is not going to be a good compromise.
What about that's really my last question. What about speeding up the early game with the 12 workers, but then slowing down after that, like you would want, like just getting less money and slowing down everything past the early game. So scrapping the early game, deleting that out of the game, but then making like your 3 bases you just get less, or you basically what you were saying, like you want the game to be less fast, but then also if you make the game less fast from the get-go with 6 workers, that would be so slow. Do you think that'd be good if they started with 12 and then slowed down from there?
I think that's partly what they're trying to do in modifying their double harvest model. They're decreasing the total income rates
from
when you're max saturated. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Like if it makes enough of a difference, probably like you max out maybe 1.5, 2 minutes later. I don't know if it makes enough of a difference. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, Lalush. Hopefully, StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void is what everyone wants it to be, even though that's probably never going to happen. But no, I always enjoy reading your. By the way, if I didn't introduce Lalush that well. I guess some people. Lalush is the guy that always have very very long comments that no one likes to read on Reddit.
Yep.
But if you have the courage to read them, they're so insightful and they make you think so much more about StarCraft than. Because StarCraft on the surface is very simple, but when you go deep into it, like Lalush does, that's when you understand and learn a lot. God damn it. All right. Thank you, Lalush, for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day. All right. So that was very interesting. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. He's fighting the good fight. The people at Team Liquid are fighting the good fight. Hopefully,
Fighting that fight.
yeah, fighting the fight. All right, let's get into the Legacy of the Void balance update. That was really crazy, by the way. When that came out, there was like Cats, Puck, and Control, Jack Attack, me. Everyone and their mothers making videos and like blogs about QXC as well, about the balance
you do it,
update.
man.
Well, yeah, I know, but
That's how you do it.
yeah, but that was interesting. So anyway, balance update. They've added a lot of stuff, and so we'll go from list to list. The Reaper grenade ability, Nathanias. Do you want to explain it and tell us your thoughts?
It's so weird. So it's like it has a very limited range. It's the same range as the Reaper's attack. So you can only throw it really close to the Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
It basically puts it down on the ground. You see like a little green set. It's like a bunch of like dashes, sort of, that go in like a circle that like fill up and then it detonates. I think it's designed to look like the Reaper's grenade ability from the campaign,
Mm-hmm.
but it detonates. It does 10 damage. The damage doesn't stack if you throw multiple grenades around units, and it pushes units away from from whichever one that they're first hit by, in like a very small radius. But they can't move or do anything. Like they just get knocked up into the air and move to the side. That's pretty much it. It's really weird, actually. It's a really, really weird thing.
Did you play Heroes of the Storm? Did you play Tygus? He's got a spell like that.
I've played Ziggs in League of Legends. His
Mhm.
W is basically the same thing.
Mhm.
You can use it to push yourself and enemies, except in League. I mean, obviously, it does hurt your own Reaper. Your Reaper will lose 10 health. Like if you can't just, you got to basically be like a demo man in TF2 and just like rocket jump, which is kind of cool, but also silly because Reapers can already jump cliffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just it's interesting dynamic. It's gonna be able to push out banelings and so on. It'll be cool to have Reaper mixed into an army composition, but
Yeah.
no.
It's still really weird though, because maybe it's just the way that I'm used to building units, like as a Terran, like production wise.
Mm-hmm.
But like just mixing in Reapers when usually you play with low gas, so that you can get out a lot of. Because it's like people say that it's like, oh, well, the Reaper grenade would be really good at pushing away clumps of banelings. But anybody who's played beta knows that there are no Zergs that make banelings anymore. Everyone just plays lurkers, which the Reapers are totally useless bullshit against.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I haven't played versus anyone that used banelings since Caitlyn, like one base all in me on the first game that I ever played on the beta. So
Whoa, wait!
beyond
Did
that-
she win?
no, I opened tank drop.
Okay.
One shot.
Okay.
Dirty.
But
Saved by the bell.
Well, I mean, it was like my first game of beta. I went gas first, tank drop. Like, of course, it kills everything. It kills every all in at least. But yeah, no one builds banelings against me. So unless they're really, really tryharding, but then it's too early for Reapers to make a difference, in my opinion.
Yeah. What about you, Kane?
With the Reaper drop, you mean?
Yeah.
I think I like it because it's like it'll open up new strategies. I think it's not like just a normal damage dealing ability. It's like more utility based. So I kind of like it in that respect. I think that that's kind of what I want to see more from StarCraft. Like I want to see more new, innovative, cool things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what this Reaper drop is intended to do. Or this Reaper, what is it called again? It's like a grenade, right? Yeah. That's I think what this is intended to do. So I like it. I I'm not sure exactly how useful it'll be. I think more games need to be played, of course.
Have you played a lot versus it? Like
No, I
people
haven't
open
played
with
any.
either a lot of them?
I haven't touched Legacy of the Void yet. Like, I haven't installed the beta or whatever.
Oh yeah,
What?
you're
Yeah.
Kane is in Premiere for WCS. Okay, Senpai needs to focus.
Yeah, no, I understand, but still, like...
Wow, that fucking passion, Kane.
I mean, like, I would have at least installed it and be like, okay, I don't have time now, but it's
So
just...
as far as actual usage goes, like I tried a couple really aggressive openings. It's actually very useless in large amounts, in my opinion, because it doesn't stack. So this is not something that you really spam out effectively. Like it's really difficult to win with like 10 Reapers versus 20 Lings using this. Like I don't find it useful in large numbers of Reapers. Like I guess it's cool if you're the kind of guy that mass Reaper all-ins, and ordinarily if you're that guy. But I did like it. I did like it with just a standard like 2 or 3 Reaper opening into Hellions. Because if you normally, and I know Kane will probably be able to attest to this, like oftentimes the queens will like push the Reapers away off creep, but the queens will usually get battered down to like close to 100 health, like if they take a lot of shots. And the one really nice thing about this, and that I've tried to do, is you put the grenade behind the queen, like while you're still tanking damage, and you try to push the queen like off of creep with it. And it makes it just a bit easier to actually snipe queens. Like if you know that he's going to move units down the ramp, then you would throw it on the ramp, try to snipe a drone and get away. Like it can buy you an extra second or two. Also, when units are hit by the grenade, even if your Reaper moves away from where the grenade was thrown, you have vision of the unit while it's flying in the air. Something else I noticed. So like you can kind of see what the grenade hits. Like if you throw it somewhere and then jump down a cliff, which I've used like for harassing.
That's really cool. Just giving you a little bit more micro. Minerals amount changed from 150% to 160%. So you'd have like 1500 750s, 1500 750 per patch. Now it's 1500 something else, slightly more. I don't know what 60% of 1500 is, but so that
it's something like 865. At least, I don't know like if that's what it's technically meant to be, but I think it was. I clicked on it. I don't know.
It's a very
something around there.
Yeah, it's a very minor change. They said that they feel like the pressure to expand might be too great in the current state, so they wanted to make that change. Protoss Warpin duration reverted to Heart of the Swarm. Isn't that great, guys?
It's good. It is good. I like it.
Yeah.
The double damage is enough.
Yeah, they still have the double damage, so it's just Protoss was really struggling. And yeah, it's just it's from 8 seconds to 5 seconds. I didn't know it was 5 seconds before. The adept weapon damage point changed from 4 to the default, which makes it more fluid. It's more easier to stutter step. This change is so beautiful. Cyclone can no longer target hair. Nathanias, scale of 1 to 10. I'm mad.
Not really that mad. Like your economy starts off so nice that since you can't get cheesed by Protoss, you can still do things that would, you can still do like risky shit and be safe against oracles.
Yeah,
like you don't have to open up with, you don't have, because you don't open Reaper in Legacy of the Void, because you start off with so much stuff that you're not worried about proxies. You're just not. So if you're not worried about proxies, you can open up like barracks, expand. You can open Fast Factory, which I still like, and I still think that that's going to be more than suitable to deal with any type of Oracle play. Not relevant versus Zerg. Terran versus Terran, I really like it, because it was really dumb in the first 2 weeks of beta, not being able to ever do Banshee or Drop Harass. Like, once Cyclone locks on, you're fucked, because none of our units are as fast as Oracles or Phoenix or...
Well, it could catch up to a Phoenix, man. Don't be so biased.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you move in with a medevac, you're like totally fucked because the boost doesn't last forever. Usually you boost in with the medevac, and then it runs out as you're getting locked onto, and then there's nothing you can do.
I feel like
At least Phoenix, you have like a chance.
Well,
like Need for Speed.
No, well, you have a chance if there's no cliff. If it's like in an open terrain, it could actually chase it to the point where it died.
Oh yeah. I meant like if you're trying to harass. Like for me, this change is all about the early game harass. I don't think that Cyclones being able to target air was a problem per se. Like people are killing like mothership cores and shit. but I guess that's not really relevant because they don't need to remove the anti-air to fix that problem. You know, like this patch does not actually do anything about cyclones as a unit. All it does is make them. It makes it easier to harass a Terran at the start of the game, so that it's more difficult for them to get out a shit ton of cyclones and take up to a fusion core to actually get the OP cyclone. Like I think late game cyclones, if you can get there, are still broken as fuck.
Yeah,
They're also bigger now. They look fat.
And they've split up the upgrades on mech as well. Does that rustle your jimmies?
Did they? They didn't. I don't think that was in this patch yet. It's not in that. It's not in the patch yet. I didn't see it. I don't think they changed that yet.
Oh, they already talked about doing it.
They're talking about it, but it's not in the patch. I played like maybe a dozen or so games.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
How do you, Kane? Do you think you can open fast mutas against Terran now because of this, or?
Because of the air upgrades, you mean?
Because the cyclone can't just like lock on to your muta and kill it.
Oh, like I said, I don't play Legacy.
They made Cyclone much bigger now too. Unit scale increased by 15%. Does it feel a lot
looks
fatter?
A little bit big.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's like changed the way that you're not gonna like use it to like wall shit off. Like honestly, I don't like this change about the Cyclone. Like I wish that it couldn't lock on to air, but it's like if you open with the Cyclone and you position it well, then you can still use it as using it as a regular anti-air like. But then I guess it's still really strong. That's just me being biased because I want my mothership core, but yeah, I still think the Cyclone's pretty stupid. Like in TVT, it's still not fun to play against because it'll just kite you and kill you because it has 200 hit points and it'll kill like you can even fuck up and your tank won't be able to kill it because it takes like what 8 or some shots for a siege tank to kill it, whereas the Cyclone locks on once and backs away because it still has vision outside of Fog of War. But I guess it shouldn't be that much of a problem since everyone should go back to opening up Banshees in TVT, at least in beta.
Kane, what are you laughing at?
There's a fan fiction of Scarlet and Suppy on Twitter or on Reddit.
Is that from like a few years back or?
It might be the same one. I didn't read it all the way through. It's so stupid, but yeah. I mean. Yeah,
I've read it before. It's really weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, welcome to the internet. The last changes are for Zerg. The Ravagers nerfed. What do you mean? You obviously didn't play with them before, man.
No, but I heard that they were good, so I don't want them nerfed.
Yeah, well, they were too good. Weapon range reduced from 6 to 4. Weapon period change from... It's weird how they call it weapon period, like... It's just the attack speed, man. Let's be real. From 0.8 to 1.6. So it's going to be harder to stutter step. And then the range is nerfed a lot.
Ravagers were so dumb before this patch. Like, seriously stupid.
Well, they had a few...
So this is really good.
There was a few things they could have done. They could have nerfed the movement speed. Or made it to lair. Like, you can only get Ravagers when you have lair. But... This is okay, and the Swarmos has changed again. Instead of being 4 supply, it's 3 supply. The cost is 200, 100, and the Flying Locust is free, but the Locust HP is nerfed. Did you play versus the new Swarmos, Nate?
Yeah, I actually played versus Fenner. Fenner used them against me. No, I don't think the burrow is useful at all because of how fast Swarm hosts are. Like the burrow is really stupid. Like the first game I played versus Fenner, like he used it, and like. I was like, okay, they can't be that far if I don't see them. Yeah. But they only have like 2 movement speed while burrowed, whereas they have like pretty much 3 movement speed when they're unburrowed. And that's anyone, desRow, you know this, but any Terran that tries to chase like stalkers with stimmed bio, it's actually kind of tricky to catch up to them if you're not like very close by. And that's the same movement speed as the swarm host, especially if they get to creep, then you're never going to catch them. So I think it's better to use the unburrow unless you're like splitting them up and doing weird shit. But the fact that they start with the flying locusts made things a bit trickier. Like he got some really good harassing on me, but I didn't really have to sweat it too much because it's still a pretty big investment and it still made it very easy for me to like counter harass and drop. Because farm hosts aren't very good when it comes to defending drops because you just pick all your shit up and then they'll go wherever the locust wave isn't. But it's weird. I like it though because I think it at the very least will push a lot of swarm host usage, which should give enough data for there to be tweaks made. Because like one of the problems of Heart of the Swarm was, obviously no one fucking played the test map, so they couldn't make any tweaks before they actually put the patch out.
Yeah. So Blizzard switching back and forth with the cost of Swarmos with the gas and the minerals. Would you like that being seen for the ghosts?
I want the Ghost like completely revamped personally. I think it's such a dumb unit. The Ghost has no utility whatsoever. You build it because your opponent is getting High Templar, and then it's like the Ghost is very binary. It serves no purpose in the entire game other than to try and snipe and or EMP Protoss Archons or High Templar. Like there's no other scenario in the game where you're like a Ghost would be useful here because it's very slow. It doesn't have like, well, because it's slow, it's very bad if you're retreating. Like if you try to use them against Zerg, when people tried to use them against Broodlord and Fester, like Lings fucking wreck them because they can't run away with your Marines, so they always get caught out up front. Same thing, like if you lose a fight against Protoss, like your Ghost will always die first because they move slower than everything else. And in Terran versus Terran, it's like, well, they don't do anything about siege tanks. And I think the way that Legacy of the Void is looking, I don't know. I really wish the community could make a bigger push for like, I'd like to see EMP or Snipe removed and them to put Lockdown in. I think Lockdown would be so fucking cool because now carriers are a thing again. Like, this is going to be Legacy of the Mech for Terran because Blizzard basically wants to fuck Bio super hard and no change that they've made or anything that they've done in Legacy of the Void makes going Bio a good idea. Like every single new unit, every single new mechanic that every race has, like just punishes active Bio play so fucking hard. So yeah, I think Lockdown would be really, really nice. Get rid of Sniper EMP because they both basically do the same thing anyway.
Yeah, it's a little bit silly. What about TVT? You think like locking down tanks would be huge and cool?
It'd be so cool! Locking down tanks, locking down cyclones, battle cruisers. Like you don't have to make lockdown something that you can easily spam. Make it take up like 125 energy, so a Ghost can only cast it once. Like the Ghost Cloak steps in, goes for the lockdown on like a carrier, and if they want to do it stasis style and make the locked down unit unkillable, I don't care. Or maybe change it so that it's not like a regular lockdown, right? Maybe it's something like, the mechanical unit can't attack, but it could still try to unsiege and run away or some shit like that.
Well, back in Brood War, you couldn't attack it, right?
In Brood War, yeah. Well, I don't remember. I didn't play a lot of melee in Brood War, but as far as I remember it being like basically just shuts it down completely. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. I would love Lockdown. If I had like one thing that I could beg Blizzard for in Legacy of the Void, it would be that. Get rid of Snipe because it's stupid.
Well, like every race, like Force Field, Stasis Ward, and then Zerg has Fungal Growth, and then Terran has nothing to lock down any units. So that'd be cool. I agree with you. We'll see what they can do. Let's call in Rifkin. Our next topic is going to be the BaseTrade TV Kickstarter that was launched yesterday. I was gonna ask you earlier, Nate, if you supported the campaign. I forgot.
Yeah, I actually went for. I don't know if you're gonna like pull up their Kickstarter thing.
Yes, I will.
But I went for I pledged $42 for the Zombie Grub can draw. Yeah.
Really? What the fuck?
I pledged $42 so that I could get a drawing from Zombie Grub. That was the most enticing one to me.
What? No, the player cards, man. Let's be real. I jumped on that shit so quickly.
Oh, I'll yell at Rifkin to get those, but a drawing from Zombie Grub would be much more difficult to swing without paying.
All right.
Have you guys seen the picture of me and Kane she drew?
No.
Wait, I didn't see the picture of me. Show me.
Oh,
show me.
It's me in like a Roman robe, like carrying you or something, or
Show me.
Hey, Riff, your mic is cracking a lot. Let me hang up on you for a second. Right.
Show me the drawing.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, it works nice. What's
okay,
up?
I don't know. We'll just assume it's the same problem I had last time I was on your show.
Yeah. So,
Show me the drawing.
Yeah, show us the drawing, man.
I don't know. Zomgrub's gonna have to link it. I don't have the link. It's been viewed like 22,000 times on our Twitch chat though, because there's like a command Rifkin
Nice.
for it.
Wait, can't I go into your chat and type that?
Someone linked it in chat. Oh, what
Oh,
the fuck?
This picture, that's
Got
great.
Twitch botted, man.
Oh yeah, Rifkin. Senpai.
It's so.
Oh, and he's wearing the slippers.
Wait.
Flipperinos.
Where is
Big
this?
slippers.
It's a little bit creepy, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Where's
I
the
wear
link?
these every day.
It's in the
Hey,
chat.
man. Let me get the
I'm
link
People are
in
here.
posting
chat.
it.
It got timed out here,
It's
so
the
then I
image
posted it.
link, mate.
Thank you.
It's great. Literally.
Well,
saving
she's good at drawing. If it's
Yeah,
creepy,
she
she's
is.
good. Yeah, okay.
It's
Oh.
gross, but it's good.
I love your chiseled jaw and everything. You have the fucking like manliest jaw I've ever seen. And my back muscles are like bulging out of my dress or whatever the hell I'm wearing.
James
Well, most importantly, you got the slippers on, dude. Those motherfucking slippers.
Okay.
I think Kane's gonna die, guys.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh my god. That's so perfect.
So, your Kickstarter got $15,000 in less than 24 hours. How do you
Yeah, it's
feel?
actually right this second is 24 hours, by the way.
Oh, really?
2:11 p.m. yesterday is when I launched it yesterday.
Wow.
How fucking dude, I can't believe it. Are you kidding me? Like if you've been watching our casts over the last week and a half, and we've been talking about like, okay, we're finishing it up, guys, we're getting ready. Like I've also been expressing that like, man, save your money, don't donate to us on the stream. Like I want to make sure this Kickstarter actually hits its goal. Like when we put $7,000 at the top, that was like no one's gonna give us $7,000. Like we've got this big number up there, we'll show it off. Fucking blew my mind because we weren't streaming. Like that's where I figured we'd pull most money from, right? You got 4,000 people on the stream. You talk about the Kickstarter, boom, there's the money. But we weren't streaming. This is only credit card, so there's a lot of people who actually contacted me who want to help, but they can only do PayPal. Like this fucking blows my mind, and it's not even this like, oh, Rifkin, you did so good to keep jerking yourself off, but it's the fact that the community can rally like this behind something that's good. There's been like someone brought up this, and this is why I'm bringing it up. There's been so many things with like broken promises in esports, and like I don't want to be another broken promise. We're gonna fucking make this work, and I just really hope that it can restore some faith in crowdfunding for StarCraft. Because I am just fucking amazed.
What if it goes beyond like 18K? Are you gonna bring out more goals?
Well,
If they can finally
for
afford
now
to
we just
hire
kind
a
of
recap.
yeah, hire some decent casters. Am I right? No, we put the cap on 18 and said if it goes higher than that, we'll put it towards another event, whether it's a live event or an online event. I don't know, but a lot of people actually. I'm not sure if you were going to ask this or not, but I'm just going to bring this up now. A lot of people keep asking, why don't you just go for like $10,000 prize pool? Why don't you go for WCS points? And there's some really complicated reasons on why we can't. Nothing that's really dramatic. It's just complicated. So I kind of decided, and I'm not even kidding here, I personally think it's more of a BaseTrade TV thing to get humor out of like a $9,999.99 event, because that's 1 cent under the requirement for a license, that it would be to actually have WCS points. Let's be honest, that's more us than WCS points.
Yeah.
So if we
makes
increase
sense.
the prize pool, that's the cap, and it's never going to have WCS points. Not this event.
Okay. Someone had a really good question on Reddit. I'm looking for it. Hold on. Okay. Okay. It was to Huck, but I'll just ask like the panel. Huck, what does the success of the BaseTrade Kickstarter mean for the scene? Is ESL making a mistake by hiring the same skinny white boys for every tournament?
Oh God.
Nathanias, as a skinny white boy, what do you have to say to that question from from Lost
Nice jersey,
Patrol?
by the way.
It's such an ignorant question, because the same people don't get hired for every fucking event. If that was true, I never would have been able to get any work or do anything. Like, I think that variety is always important, and this is actually really funny coming from me, because I'm the guy that has difficulty saying no sometimes. So I've done a lot of events, but the best example that I can draw, because I do think that mixing it up is very important. DreamHack put out their lineup of people today, and they didn't even tell me who else was casting when they asked me to cast. But like they've got like Wax Angel, who most people don't know, but he actually like follows the scene and knows everything about StarCraft basically. As far as like he's like people are like, oh, he's never done an event, or like, who is this guy? But he actually knows more than pretty much anybody. Like I would say even more than a lot of people that work behind the scenes, like that are known for working with StarCraft. And then obviously Richard Lewis. And then I don't think it's bad that I'm at DreamHack because I'm basically a whole different person, you know, when I'm allowed to just do whatever I want. So, but it's tricky. I don't know. Does that actually answer the question?
Yeah,
Maybe I
of course.
bullshitted around
But let's go with Kane. What are your thoughts on ESL hiring skinny white boys at every tournament?
I think that they're probably like I agree with Nathanias. I don't think they hire like the same people every time, but I think that the people that they do hire are pretty experienced. They know what they're doing, and they're good. They're good at what they do, so they kind of deserve to get hired, right? Yeah, like some people might think it's like an old boys club or something like that, but I don't really see it that way. I just see it as like people are good at doing what they do, so they get hired, right?
Yeah.
Like they saw that Nathan was good at what he did, so they hired him.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, were you done?
No, I was done. Yeah.
Okay. To answer the question, what does the success of BaseTrade TV, BaseTrade Kickstarter mean for the scene? It means that people want more of like sort of like, I don't know how to say, like a family type of stream, you know, like not a family but like a community stream, like Home Story Cup, but we have the US version now with BaseTrade. That just means people want to see stuff
Actually,
like that.
Not US. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, fucking you, like the Americas, motherfucker. It's
The
same-
Americas? So like Mexico? What are we talking? Dude, it's in Canada. You're
So,
Canadian.
are you
Just
banning-
say Canada.
Are you banning Major because he's gonna fucking not show up anyway?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say because he just wore it.
It's
Yeah.
actually not a terrible idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I actually.
Whenever I'm planning anything, I don't invite certain people because I know they're very likely to cancel
Yeah.
last minute.
I have a no-fly
Like-
list as well.
Yeah, exactly. There are people. It's like, Nathan, why don't you have this guy play? Like, why didn't you invite this guy to your 2v2 tournament or Kappa Star League? I'm like, because that person will either tell me to fuck off or they'll say yes and then not show up. So.
But yeah, no, my point was like this is the sort of like Home Story Cup of the NA scene, and that's why it's so successful in my opinion. Well, obviously you guys have built a huge reputation, you know, throughout the years, but still, like people just want to see something homegrown and ran by you guys, and so that's why I think it's so successful. Riff, where do you think this is gonna go? Do you think you're gonna hit the 18K?
You know what? One of our, I think you know him, Zam, was actually asking me a bunch of questions kind of like that this morning.
Yeah.
And he also asked, like, you know, what were some milestones you guys saw while you were doing BaseTrade TV, building up like X many subs or whatever? And I told him, like, I've never really had milestones in mind. And this same kind of goes with the Kickstarter. Like, I feel like everything I do is like I work as hard as I can, and then I look back, and if there's something we can appreciate, like 10 million viewers, we do. So same thing with the Kickstarter. Like, I'm still gonna push this as hard as I can. I hope we do a good job with it. And if we get 20K, that's fucking fantastic. But I'm also not gonna be like, man, we didn't get 20K. I have my hopes so high. These are fucking bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, if we get much, if we get more, great. If we don't, whatever. I mean, the biggest thing I want to do is be able to help with travel costs for players. Kind of like my priority right now. I was shy of that, though. It's just like making sure the event is cool. I mean, we don't need to hire fucking balloons and have laser tag and a bounce castle or anything.
Whoa! There's no laser
right?
tag. There's no laser
We
tag.
actually seriously talked about this. We had a very serious discussion about this, but decided
Well, if
ultimately
you-
it would not be a good idea.
I mean, I'd be down for that. Or if you guys do get some sort of way of getting alcohol, or at least in a sectioned area, get some karaoke or some shit there, man.
Don't
See,
give
real-
Nate alcohol. I've had to. The 2 times I've been to
Yeah,
like a live event, there are 2 times I've had to save Nate getting drunk.
Only
so-
after parties. I only
Nate drunk is
But I only
right?
drink at events. But I only drink at events, though. You know.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
watching
I-
you drink.
I want to chime in on like the whole thing about like what this means and why BaseTrade actually got so many donations. I think it comes down a lot to the respect that BaseTrade gives the community in not only working around the clock and you guys basically shape your sleep schedules, and I know exactly. I've been there. I know exactly what that's like. It's a fucking nightmare to coordinate. But a lot of big organizations don't really look after like the common man of StarCraft 2 esports. You know, it's like we're gonna do this thing for like maybe someone that's
really good at the game or a pro gamer or a caster or something. Like, you don't see a lot of focus on like the average guy. And BaseTrade does a really good job with their community of like, giving the random Joe Schmo that tunes in a pretty cool experience. And I think because of that, when people contribute to BaseTrade, they see it also as an investment back towards themselves. And if you compare that against like, a documentary or whatever, like stuff like that, obviously people got burned on because they were willing to at first. Well, like if ESL or someone else was like, guys, we're trying to raise money for this thing, it'd be I feel much less likely, because these aren't the organizations that are necessary. Like ESL and DreamHack and them, like there's not a lot of like small off the cuff stuff for the average guy. Like I guess they do like some small tourneys, like the whatever's like, go for SC2 and stuff, like they used to at least. But I think it's a really good sign that the people who are working hard do have support, and it's very important for our scene that the people who are actually putting a lot of time in trying to build stuff are able to get that support. So
Yeah.
I think I'm very happy that scenario is still possible in StarCraft.
Well, it's just like Destiny, the success he had with his Indiegogo. It comes back to basically what you were saying. Because you see a lot of people try to do Patreons and raise funds for different type of stuff, but they don't have the proven track record that, Destiny has or BaseTrade has. So it's really nice to see people put money towards that. Personally, I'm really excited for the ice cream party, Riff.
So we looked into it already the second we hit the goal, right? Renting
Yes.
out like a full-on ice cream truck and just having them there for like 4 hours to hand out ice cream or until they run out. $600, dude.
Wow, that's not that expensive.
And I'm like, you know what? August is gonna be kind of warm. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
That
kind of
sounds-
muggy.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
will the ice
doable.
cream be free?
Yeah. So we're paying for it, and we're paying for the truck time and everything.
Yo,
Like
can I dress up and hand out ice cream?
Is it like
I want to
an
be Nate the
unlimited
ice cream
amount?
man.
that could be your new identity.
I want to fucking stand behind the stand and give everybody ice cream. Be like,
I would
yo,
do
bitches,
that.
sup?
I would do that too.
Sounds
Fuck
dank.
yeah.
Kane and Nate, the ice
So,
cream man.
guys, I've actually put a lot of thought into this. Like, you have no idea. Like, for the pizza too, don't order fucking $400 of pizza at once. It'll go cold. So order like $200 at noon, then like another $200 at 2. So everyone's always got warm pizza. Like, I put so much thought into this. You have no idea.
Yo, Rifkin.
That is
I have
actually
good news
pretty
for
good.
you. I have good news, and I will be coming.
Nice.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Let's talk about the hosts. A lot of people live in Toronto. James is one of them, I think.
No,
No?
he actually moved back to Vancouver last year.
Oh.
Which sucks because he never wants to hang out with me. The guy lives like an hour away from. Oh, whatever.
Hey,
Wow.
Rifkin, I'm coming to Vancouver in July.
Shit,
July.
why? Dude, my
I'm
birthday's in
visiting-
July.
I'm visiting some family, but I'm gonna have like spare time, so we should do something.
Yes.
Wow,
we should do
Rifkin, you
some-
made a friend. This is
We
wonderful.
should do 420 things.
Oh shit! 420, blaze it.
What? No, I just meant I had a long list of things to do. Like,
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted to. Okay, never mind.
But
No,
let's
whatever.
talk about Gillyweed. What made you guys decide to go for Gillyweed as a host?
why would you not,
I
dude? Gilly's so fucking lovable, dude. God damn it.
Well,
Okay, Kane, calm the fuck down. No, seriousness. Gillyweed's been like, okay. In fairness, Gillyweed did recently swap over to Here's the Storm, and a couple people
she's
already
dead
brought up
to
this
us,
concern.
yes, yeah.
Well, yeah,
A
okay.
good
that-
host can host anything.
I know, I'm joking.
I know that's
A host,
the thing.
a
right?
host is a
She's been-
host is a host is a host.
Like, for those who don't know, she put like a year and a half, 2 years into like doing the StarCraft's Craft Star show series. She's been following the scene. She
Yeah.
hung out at BlizzCon. She's done interviews with lots of people. She's got personality, which I think is like key. And let's be honest, she's pretty good looking. So there's like many good reasons to have her as a host. And I
Well,
actually
he's a
don't have a
best
single
guy.
one bad one.
I see.
If Kane's grunting over there, it doesn't signify that she's attractive, guys. Just
Gilly is a base god, can confirm. She's been doing stuff in StarCraft, like you said. Mostly Craft Stars never got a lot of crazy recognition. She's been like doing that. What was it? Pretty much weekly or like bi-weekly or some shit for like over a year. It feels like.
Yeah.
Like she's been working in StarCraft for quite a bit.
She's also this was the biggest selling point for me is I know she's the type of person, because she's researched those things, to do research for the event. So let's say she's not caught up in the meta of the game. That's fine. She doesn't.
But
have
she
to
works
play it.
hard.
She's
She's
not
a hard-
commentating it. Yeah. All she has to do is like do her
Yeah.
research on the players, and it's good. It's golden.
Hmm.
You know she's gonna prep for the event, which is really nice. So you're
Yeah.
good there.
Her being a hard worker was probably probably honestly the number one thing that because we had 4 or 5 people in mind actually, but I really think that her being a hard worker was definitely the number one thing that stood out for me personally.
And what
That's
about
a
some of your pledges that have run out? Do you have any plans to?
So a lot of people want more cards, and a lot of people want more slippers. I've talked to the manufacturer of the slippers. We're working something out right now. He can't give us any more, but we could kind of take a bit of a loss, but still have as a reward if we buy them. Anyways, we're working on it. And as far as the cards go, that's something we should be able to do, but I'm still waiting on a response from the manufacturer. So yes, there should be more, I guess, refills of some of the rewards, but they're still going to be in limited quantities. So we're not going to have infinity slippers and 5,000 card packs to give away. But we are working to get more, because I didn't realize they would sell out so quickly and that people would want them so badly.
Yeah. Did you remove some of the people? No, never mind. Okay. I was looking at the coaching, how it filled out and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, people dived on mine. Those are I think mine's one of the only player ones that are gone.
Yeah. Oh, I got a funny story about
I don't
WBs I
coach-
want to share actually, because there's a Reddit thread
I don't
about
like
this.
coaching people. Fuck my life. I hope
Dude,
they
Nate
like
was
to play
cool,
team
actually.
games.
Nate was the one guy, by the way, I contacted that was just like, yeah, I fucking do it, no problem. How much you want? So many other people were just kind of like, I don't really love coaching, because it's BaseTrade TV, I'll do it. Good
Excuse
people.
me. Excuse
Kane,
me.
hang on, I'm getting to you.
Kane.
I'm getting to you.
Look
Kane
at
and,
look at the price
a
difference
very-
between me and Kane, though.
Okay, no, I
fucking
actually have to
guy.
explain the prices in a sec. But Kane and a couple others, they were very, very open about it as well. But Nate was just the first person to be like, fucking, boom, do it. You got me. Gung ho and all that. But the price differences here, so this is amazing, and it's almost scumbaggy in a way. But we originally had all the prices set to USD. I didn't realize that once, and PayPal and everything on Kickstarter was in US dollars at first. But the second I entered my bank account info, it changed everything to Canadian, which means I had to go update all the prices. And while I was copy pasting the price conversions, I copy pasted 2 of them, and I think those were Nate's and Livy B's. So they're quote unquote worth more, but they sold out. And I was just like, okay, well I guess I'll just leave it there then. I can't dear backer, you accidentally gave us $10 extra. Would you like a refund? So I know there's someone was trying to start Reddit drama about that, and I was just like, no, dude, it's funny story. It just worked out, so whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Do you have anything else you want to add? Or what about the qualifiers? Are you gonna run them when you have a date? Or are you gonna run them now and then?
So we have a date. I'm not announcing it here,
Wow.
but I've confirmed with most other major organizations at this point, and so far it looks like that date is clear to go, so that we wouldn't be running against WCS or IEM or anything like that. The reason I'm electing to hold the date is because I'm still waiting to hear back from one more organization before I go for the all clear. And once I do, either way, it's one of the last 2 weekends of August, 100%.
Right.
But
Confirmed here
as
on
far as
Remax.
qualifiers go?
28, 29, 30. Thank you, Rifkin. Book your travels, everyone.
Napa.
and if you have any problems with refunds, contact desRow. He will pay you in full.
Whoa. All right, go on. Sorry for hitting you.
But here's the deal with the qualifiers, right? And some of this stuff is definitely, we're not announcing everything in full detail for some hype. There's going to be one invite spot only for this.
Mm-hmm.
Every other spot's going to have to be earned through a qualifier. We're going to try and help some of the North American players get here. It's a lot less expensive to fly from the middle of the U.S. to Toronto than it is from, say, Germany to Toronto. So there's more money going towards the European qualifier, but there's also more spots available for North Americans. We're going to have 8 open bracket slots and ideally 8 top bracket slots. So that's the qualifiers. So 5 North Americans, 1 Korean, and 1 European qualifier at the moment. If we unlock the additional European qualifier and the Korean qualifier, that will simply take away from the open bracket spots, not the North American bracket spots, or qualifier spots, pardon me. So there's going to be 5 qualifier spots for North Americans.
Okay, that's cool. And
As far as when we do that,
yeah.
it'll be closer to the event.
Okay.
Because I got to be honest, I really don't want to do something now, and then I don't know, like a patch comes or balance change happens, and like whoever won now is a shit player down the road.
Wow, Riff is ruthless. And
So
also,
we're gonna be doing it closer to the event, but they're all gonna be online. They're all gonna be online. They'll be announced plenty ahead of time. The only thing that's like for sure is like we're aiming for Toronto. We're aiming for the end of August, and these dates aren't being kind of thrown around like this because we're unsure. We're trying to like trick you guys and buy time. Like we actually have plans B, C, and D set up, but we're just waiting for confirmations on plan A type thing.
Cool. And also, those that qualify will have player cards made after them, right?
Yes. So if like if we hear, for example, like Kane doesn't qualify, right? But he just said he's coming to the event, so he'll go in the open bracket. We'll probably make a card up of him too. Like the notable players that we hear coming for the open bracket, plus the ones that actually qualify to get through.
I see.
Then, of course, we're going to do ones for the casters as well. One for Gillyweed, and anyone else notable just kind of... Like, we have unlimited potential for what we can do for cards, but we can't... Because I don't think we're going to have more than, like, 100 people there's like, oh, man, I need 100 different designs? No way. But they're going to be really cool. I'm really stoked for those, personally, because I never got WCS cards, and I've seen everyone else's.
They're made by Nicolas, right?
Nicholas, yeah, he's going to be doing sketches for us of them.
Noise.
Nicolas Chossois?
Nicolas Chespoir.
That's how you say it in French Canadian, but
Sounds like that cough medicine. Ricola.
Are you sure that's cough medicine? I thought
Isn't
that was
it?
for back. I thought that was for back pain, but maybe.
Oh, maybe
not.
it is. Oh, yeah, Robitussin's the cough medicine. You're
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Robitussin.
all right, we're going down a road that we shouldn't be going down. So, anything else you want to say, Riff?
Yeah, one last big point about this. I mentioned before that the Kickstarter is crazy hype because it's only been credit card holders, pardon me. And there's a lot of people who want to get involved with the event or get some rewards and things that only have access to PayPal. We're still in the process of figuring out how people can claim event prizes or rewards because they're still limited, right? But we have converted. Zombie and I sat down. We talked about this last night. We converted the BaseTrade TV bot to redirect donations to basically any donation that comes in through the BaseTrade TV bot. It's still going to give you partoofs, and it's still going to be like normal. But the difference is instead of going directly to my PayPal pockets or Zomgrub's PayPal pockets, that's going to be collecting for the Kickstarter specifically. So if the Kickstarter finishes with like 1,000 away from like another tier reward, but we've collected 1,000 through PayPal, that's going to fill up that tier reward.
So basically, I guess like weekly, you'll be updating on Kickstarter how much you've collected or something.
Probably more like every time we are casting or finish casting or that sort of thing.
Okay, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, there'll be frequent updates ideally. Yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, I don't know the event. I think it's gonna be awesome. I just feel like unless something horrible goes wrong, and like knock on wood, because I don't want to jinx this ahead of time. But unless we get to the venue and like turns out the internet's dead, or God forbid like a natural disaster happens, like we're gonna make this happen. Because the thing with the Kickstarter that's nice is like that is separate from the cost of running the event. That is purely for prize pool and events enhancement. We've got sponsorships lined up. We've got some all of our subscriber money from the last 2 months plus everything leading up to August. We're paying for the event, not with like money that we may or may not get out of a Kickstarter. We already paid for the event essentially. So all this stuff through Kickstarter, as hype and cool as it is, that just goes to making it even better.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Well, Kane, Nathanias, any last questions for or Omi Rifkin?
Why don't you just stay on Rifkin?
Well, that's okay. God damn it! Turn on your webcam then.
Oh,
Unless
I
you
mean,
want to go.
does Rifkin actually have like you just like you like kind of like you are you Stockholm syndroming him? Like you're just gonna kidnap him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm pretty much telling him that he needs to stay on.
my homie Kane's here.
And it's
I
lonely.
can't jump ship. I can stay for a bit, yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll have a FearDragon.
Not too
come
much
out.
trouble for you, desRow.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I can't
sorry.
put your Twitter, but everyone
No.
knows you.
God.
God.
You've made 15K in one day. You don't deserve a Twitter shout out. All
I
right.
just need
You
to.
want this more money
I just
than I have
need to-
followers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just need to get to this event so that I can make a weird face on camera and officially become a BaseTrade TV emote. That's the dream.
That's the dream, yeah.
That's the end game goal.
Oh, that's one more thing. Okay, so we've talked about this a little bit, but this isn't confirmed at all. We're trying to get a photo booth for the event, and like one of those funny photo booths, not where you just step in and take a bunch of pictures, but like where there's props and things to bring in front of like an actual professional camera. And dude, that'd be the best place, Nate, for you to stupid stupid face. Have like Hulk gloves on and like I don't know a stupid hat. Please, oh my god.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm asking FearDragon if he's ready to come in. All right, so we're gonna have a call in from FearDragon, guys, to talk about Breaking Out. I'm not sure which season he's at.
4.
4. Okay, Breaking Out season 4.
Ooh, Kane, nice.
You're welcome.
Hey, so this is an all North American show again. Like, are we worried the Europeans are gonna get mad we're jerking each other off? Or
No, Nanny was streaming. He's busy. We're okay.
He's busy role playing, so we're safe.
Hey, what's up, FearDragon?
Hey, how's it going?
What's
good.
up, Ravi?
hello, hello.
Kane, I need to talk to you after this, by the way. I need to ask you something.
Oh!
He's already broken out for your dragon. What could you possibly ask him?
I know. I need to pretend like he was on the show previously, so I can take credit for everyone's breakout performance.
Oh!
Actually, you could make like a commercial, like success stories from Breaking Out. This player's life changed after coming on the show. Follow his dreams.
So, like, okay, here's my problem with that. Okay, here are the winners of the Breakout Invitational. Intense is actually doing awesome. I'm, like, really proud of him. Hendrillus just, like, went and played CSGO.
Yeah, he like retired.
Saravati was actually, like,
Retired.
he's, like, retired, but also just, like, randomly comes back because he's so busy with school. That I'm like, hey, have you played? And he was like, I played, like, a game or two in the past, like, 2 months. I'm like, God damn it. So I can't really do a lot with that. I can talk about, like, Kelazor and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, Kelazor is doing really well.
Yeah,
Just made it
Kelazor-
as a premier.
Kalazir, base god.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Copa America's kind of easy, man. Like, I'm not looking to shit on Kelazor, but it's
Why
not
didn't you win Copa America, desRow?
Because I don't want to go down the border, man. What are you doing?
The call
Oh,
outs.
wow, Rifkin. All right. But yeah, season 4 is starting in May 1st and 2nd. You already have all your players. You have a nice lineup, dude. You want to talk to us about some of your players?
Yeah, sure. So, like, the players are Peely, EJK, Husheng, Mooskills, Sleet, Trace, Elahim, and BioIce.
Hasn't
the-
Pili already broken out?
Oh, see, here's the thing. I had this problem with Hendrillus also, where I had Hendrillus qualified for because it's called the Breakout Invitational, but it's like an antique name. It's not an invitational. It's barely an invitational. 6 out of the 8 spots are like qualified through like tournaments and stuff. So like Hendrillus qualified, and then he like a week later or like 2 weeks later, he like all kills Team Axiom and makes it into like WCS Premier League and all that kind of like or like 3 Zoes Scarlet or something.
Yeah.
So then when the tournament comes around, everyone's like, why is Hendrillus in this? He's already broken out. I'm like, God damn it. Well, what do you want me to do about it? So like similar thing with Peely, I guess. Like, but then again, I mean, you did kind of crush him in WCS.
Yeah, he's not fully broken out, man. He's like the cocoon trying to get out of the... to become a butterfly, yeah. So Wu got invited and Wu qualified.
So let me see if I can remember this off the top of my head. I know that Elahim and Sleet were the invites. So, and I think that both of them are kind of I would say like the underdogs, just talking about the tournament right now, in the tournament are going to be Sleet and Husheng and kind of Elahim. Those 3 guys are probably going to have a lot more to prove. I think a lot of people are expecting Peely and Mooskills to do well. Even Trace, I think a lot of people are expecting to do pretty well, as well as EJK. BioIce is like this really weird player who I talk to a lot of like GM players and stuff, and they're like, yeah, BioIce is really good. And then everyone who just like watches casually like has no idea who he is. So like I'm really interested to see where he's gonna end up in all this.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing about your lineup is they're all talented, well, except Yusheng, but and Sheets and Sleet. So you have like 6.
I heard.
No, hold on.
Kane's
Just
been
a
practicing
moment
with
here.
Husheng.
You have like
I heard this.
You do realize that Husheng lives like 2 hours away from me.
yeah, well
He's like the closest player to me.
I feel bad for you, man.
I'm practicing with him tonight.
I
We're
feel
gonna
bad.
practice for the breakout invitation.
I feel bad for you. Anyway, you have 6 talented players, but they're not that known. So it's gonna be really cool that like people can tune in for good games and see underdogs or players that are not super known get their time in the spotlight. I think you're the player that's the most known is Pili Pili and Moosecale. But Rifkin, what are your thoughts on the player list?
Well, I got a quick question for FearDragon, because he makes me do the voiceovers every season, even though I always say get somebody else. How do you come up with the nicknames for them? Like, you always have things like the tactician or things like this. Is this just random adjectives you come up with, or you're like, oh, I watched that game and this guy's very tactical, so he's the tactician?
So like here's the thing that I'll admit is also somewhat of a flaw with the show and also like the nicknames and stuff that I do, is that I do like the way, for those who don't know, like this is just a tournament. I actually have a show that I do for like an entire month beforehand where I do like a long interview with them, and I ask them how they feel they play, but they're not always honest, I would say, so that's like kind of a flaw. So like so I'll usually try and base the nicknames off of what they tell me. I'm like, oh, you know, I play like a really reactionary play style, like Trace would say that, and I'm like, okay, awesome, you're like the reactionary tosser, you know, like the reactive toss or something like that. I'm not very good with nicknames, but I try. So that's usually how I get them, but sometimes they aren't super accurate just because the players are like, I don't know, they either feel like they don't want to give away their playstyle, so they like they're very, very vague and generic about like, oh yeah, I play a standard style. I'm like, what does a standard style mean? Oh, you know, I like macro and sometimes I micro, and I'm like, what the hell? What do you want me to do with that? So that's kind of like how it goes, but yeah, it's not exact science or anything.
Did Cyber make your trailer?
Cyber makes, the way that I put it is anything that looks good in Breaking Out is made by Cyber, who did desRow's intro, even though he hasn't been using it for the past...
What?
Like,
No, I used it the past 2 shows. Fuck you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, thank you. But go on.
I always load the stream a little bit late. But yeah, so he does everything that looks good. And everything else that looks like shit is probably my editing, so...
Okay.
He's like a fantastic editor.
I can vouch for that, actually. He helped with... he didn't make everything Irish Chef related, but he helped with a large portion of the bit for that, so he's a pretty cool dude. I like him.
I actually want to watch the trailer on stream, so you guys you can talk if you want, but tune into the stream to see it. What?
Don't want to...
No, it's gonna be with
Someone watch the
Rifkin's voice.
trailer.
No, it's gonna be beautiful. All right, there's gonna be a little bit sloppy with the overlays, but YOLO, okay? Okay.
Let's get ready to break!
Your voice, Rifkin, holy shit.
Now, introducing your players. Pili Pili, the Progressive Protoss. EJK, the Gift Master Terran. Wu Shang, the Audacious Toss. Moose Skills, the Preparation Zerg. Sleet, the Riposte Zerg. Trace, the Reactive Toss. Elhaim, the Beatbox Terran. And last but not least, BioIce, the Dark Horse. The Breakout Invitational highlights 8 up-and-coming players in the North American scene. Be sure to tune in May 1st through 3rd to see who will be the most likely player to break out.
Well, that was very interesting.
Hey, desRow,
What's up?
didn't you beat BioIce in a tournament pretty recently?
Was maybe?
Yeah, I think that you did.
What tournament? I forgot.
I don't know, but I remember making fun of him for that.
Oh! Yeah, I remember.
No.
now.
Wow.
I remember.
Is that a compliment to Dezo or not? Like,
No.
I think it was season 1 qualifiers.
And then desRow messaged me after because he heard about he heard about me making fun of BioWays, and he's like, "Yo, why are you making fun of BioWays for losing to me?" And I was like, "Calm down, desRow."
Such an asshole, Kane.
I wish you guys could hear some of the outtakes that I do for these things. 'Cause I didn't realize. I thought
Oh my
FearDragon.
God.
It wasn't until this season that I realized FearDragon actually gave the voiceovers to other people to edit, and I like to
Just
fuck
one
around
person,
like a
just
lot.
one person.
Yeah, like so. Cyber messages me. He's like, "Nice voices." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, for FearDragon's thing, I'm like, I would pay. I was like, oh god, other people see this? Like, what the fuck? Because I sit around like messing
some
around.
pretty racist stuff in there.
Really?
I'm just like, Moose Gills, the son of a bitch. Just like I goof around when I'm saying the names. Like,
Yeah, I really like it. If it wasn't for the cheesy nicknames, the entire video is 10 out of 10.
oh, did you not see like season 2's? That was the worst.
That's
FearDragon
the
did this
only
thing
part
about
I
love
have
and
in the video.
romance. Like,
Oh my god, that was really
Like the
terrible.
that thing
That
is
was a
always
bad idea.
sick. But FearDragon,
If you need help with nicknames, I can come up with some, like BioAce, the asshole who never GGs. Stuff like that.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
give me,
Hire
give me
Kane as your writer. Problem solved.
give me another player. Like, name one more player.
EJK, EJK.
EJK, the guy that nobody ever knows, but acts like he knows everything.
no, see, you know what? EJK actually, going back to those nicknames, FearDragon, right? EJK would be the gift master Terran, right?
Oh yeah.
Gifts are right all the time.
That's how
Very
everyone knows him.
But yeah, no,
Look at, right now, like 7 minutes ago, there's a gift by EJK focus fire on Bailey.
yeah, he always has the craziest
EJK
gift.
posts so many.
Yeah.
EJK posts a lot of gifts, but at least I'd say about half of them are pretty good, so can't complain too much.
Yeah. But no, I was thinking, FearDragon, I would be actually sad if there wasn't any breaking out. It's a really cool tournament, like what you do for the scene. And if you had to, like, obviously you're a little bit biased when it comes to, like you interview these guys, and then obviously there's going to be one that's your favorite. But without saying that, who would you think would win?
Who do I think would win,
Yeah.
and who would I be really happy if won are two different things.
Well,
I'd be
I guess
happy
you-
if, like,
Yeah.
I'll be happy with anyone winning, but, like, I think the favorites are going to be, like, Moose Gills and Peely and maybe EJK also.
Okay.
But I've got to say, like, especially since desRow, you're showing some hate for him, Hugh Shang,
Nah.
this guy actually works
I don't-
really freaking hard.
I don't even understand why Kane's playing with him.
What do you mean? He's my buddy. He's a
So
good guy.
like the any ladder is like that low and desperate? Are you like
Yeah.
that thirsty for a Protoss player?
Wow.
Like the best players are like desRow on the NA ladder. So of
No,
course,
I don't
like,
even
he's
play on any ladder.
He's desperate to get some real practice partners instead of playing you over and over again.
Kane, I'm really sad for you, man. The
No,
bottom
but
of
why,
the barrel.
Tell me why you don't like Hugh Shang, though.
Because fucking for a year he watched my stream and then he didn't come
Yeah.
on for 2 weeks and then he came back and he's like, wow, I don't watch desRow anymore, but that play was good. Fucking backhanded compliment like a little son of a
What?
bitch. So ever since then,
The guy gives you a
What?
compliment and you
a
can't stand
backhanded
him.
no, a
What?
backhanded compliment.
Meanwhile, you got Hawk every week just shitting on you.
No,
You're
no,
like,
no,
oh, I
no,
can't wait for Hawk to come
dude,
back
no,
next
no,
week.
dude.
Like,
Like- And no, it was like desRow doesn't impress me anymore, but that was a pretty good play. It's like
I
fuck,
say
Fucking guy.
that all the time. Hey, desRow, you want a compliment?
no, I'm done.
For an NA player, you're pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Thank
for a
you.
C player, he's pretty good.
Thank you. It's okay. Yu Shang will finish last in this group, and then you'll never see him again. It's okay.
Ouch.
All right.
Dude, I really do hope that he does well though, because he's been working his butt off. He's been like putting in 14 hours a day for like the
Good.
entire
Then it's
past week.
gonna be
like,
even better to see
reaching
him
out-
lose.
I'm gonna help
Oh,
him out
man.
especially right now.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I'm gonna tape your reaction. Like if he does
Alright.
well, will you send an apology to him or something?
No.
Yeah, Kane,
Well, you
can you
said-
just like
Maybe
Can
he'll
you
get a
just, like-
mention.
get on a Skype call, record his face, and I'll like play it on stream like a replay video when Hugh Shang wins?
Yeah. Please do.
All right. Well, good luck to all the players. You'll be casting with Tempo, Zombie Grub, Greetorp, and In Control. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And do you have anything else to add, FearDragon?
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't care about the North American scene, tune in for the finals, because I have an announcement to do.
Oh God,
Oh,
Hey,
breaking out.
Dick pics.
that's where I was going with that, Kane. That's exactly where I was going with
guys,
that.
if you like North American players, give me a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. If you guys don't like North American players, just give me a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. That sort of mentality.
What?
Exactly.
So you're gonna
exactly.
do breaking out for the Europeans?
I don't want to go too much into details right now. It's also like really far off, so nothing's set in stone. but there's a really good chance that I'm going to be opening. I don't have time to do like multiple breaking out regions, but I probably will. There's a really good chance I'm going to be changing up the format really, really, really drastically,
Okay.
and opening things up to other regions.
That's cool. That's really cool. As long as you don't take players from C, then you're gonna get worse players than you, Shang. But thank you so
Like
much.
desRow.
Thank you so much for Dragon
Wow.
for coming on and talking to us about your tournament.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah. See you.
I don't understand why you hate him
Breaking
so
out.
much.
What?
Freaking
I
out.
don't
Right?
understand why you hate him so much.